Jamie Casino traffic tracker is on Highway 17. He's heading north and the roads are still nice and quiet. It's been a nice and quiet morning and hopefully we can keep it that way for our Friday morning commute. Let's jump over to our map and we can check out Chatham County real quick, and you can see that we are green across the entire board on 16 and 80 and 204. Everything's looking great at this time.
Well, if you have a pup, be sure to keep an eye on them. The University of Florida College of Veterinary Medicine says 8 states have confirmed cases of dog flu, strain H3N2.
And here are the states included in that: Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, and Florida. So if your dog catches the flu, it can be sick for 2 weeks, but it can stay, contagious for 4 weeks. In some cases, that flu can develop into pneumonia. There is a vaccine. It's administered in 2 shots. You will notice low energy, a lack of appetite. Those are some of the things, along with sneezing and a cough. Dogs at higher risk are dogs that are traveling, and primarily if dogs are traveling to dog shows. Dog flu cannot be contracted by humans.
Well, they say every dog has his day, and for Mr. Molson, diagnosed with cancer, he's in his last days. That's why his owners decided to put a bucket list together for him so he can enjoy every last moment. Tim Griffin says 12-year-old Mr. Molson was only given a few months to live when he decided to give his dog a few more weeks of fun. Mr. Molson has spent his final weeks becoming a firefighter, a police officer, and even tried his hand at politics, but one of his biggest accomplishments, getting married.
Death, we can celebrate life, and that until we take our last breath, we can still have a lot of fun, and we can still impact people around us.
Tim told me I could give him as many biscuits as I want because he deserved to be spoiled.
Well, the owner is also using the story of his dog to raise awareness for canine cancer research. That is so adorable.
He's beautiful.
Love that. Well, an awful mistake with dangerous consequences. A child served alcohol at a restaurant. We'll tell you what happened to the toddler.
And parents, if you're going to be around the water this summer with your children, you need to hear this next story. It is a warning about dry drowning when the news at Daybreak continues.
In the midst of a hectic morning, value isn't always easy to find. That's why Dollar Menu at breakfast is back. Get favorites like a sausage or McChicken biscuit, sausage McMuffin, or 2 hash browns for just $1 each. You'll find value every day, all day at McDonald's.
Tree removal is serious business. That's why you leave it to the professionals. With over 30 years experience, Kelly's Tree Service is the professional choice in the Lowcountry and Coastal Empire. Taking on the tough job of hazardous tree removal and trimming while minimizing property damage. We're fully insured and stand behind our work. We'll even give you a free estimate. Just give us a call and we'll take care of the rest. Kelly's Tree Service. Reliable, reputable, and rooted since 1987.
When disaster strikes, when duty calls, and when others are in need, they go first. Now it's time to put them first. Ford thanks all those who serve for their courage and commitment. First responders, all active military, veterans, and retirees can now get an additional $1,000 appreciation cash on top of current offers available on the new Ford. Visit FordSalutesThoseWhoServe.com to learn more.
You could win your money fast. Print, play, win. Woo! Print, play, win. Yay! Print, play, win. Woo! Print, play, win. Yay!
If you like instant games, you'll love Print and Play, the fastest games from the Georgia Lottery. It's easy. Just ask your clerk for a Print and Play game, play it, and you could win your money instantly right there at the counter.
Print, play, win. Yay! Print and play, and you could win.
Win instantly with all 8 Print and Play games from the Georgia Lottery.
Get back to being yourself. Back to smiling and laughing again. Back to eating foods you love. Back to living confidently. With same-day dentures backed by our satisfaction guarantee. And for new patients, a free consult and x-ray. For affordable dentures, extractions, and implants, call 1-800-DENTURE or go to affordabledentures.com. You deserve a healthy, beautiful, and confident smile.
In the midst of a hectic morning, value isn't always easy to find. That's why Dollar Menu at breakfast is back. Get favorites like a sausage or McChicken biscuit, sausage McMuffin, or 2 hash browns for just $1 each. You'll find value every day, all day at McDonald's.
Well, unfortunately, we are hearing more and more about these types of stories. A simple order at a restaurant, but the resulting mix-up could have been very serious. A family dining out requested some juice for their toddler, but instead, the child was given alcohol.
She was just kind of off balance a little.
Alexis Smith is describing her daughter's behavior after consuming what was supposed to be juice. This past Sunday after church, Smith and her family decided to dine at a restaurant in Vinings. Smith says she ordered apple juice for her 18-month-old daughter, Aaliyah. She says her husband took a taste and knew there was a problem.
Upon me drinking and taking a few sips, it started burning my chest also, and I immediately told him this is not apple juice, this is alcohol.
Smith says she began to panic because Aaliyah had already drank some.
In fact, I started crying at the restaurant as a mom. It was very emotional. You know, alcohol is something serious. We have to be 21 as an adult to drink it.
Smith says she called the server, who called the manager, who then called the owner.
And the owner was very upset about what had happened, and that apparently someone, whoever was behind the bar working, had apparently mixed up the labels on the bottles.
Smith says the manager on duty took an incident report, then insisted on comping their meal.
The what ifs, you know, started popping in my head, like, what if she passes out? What if, you know, she dies?
They took Aaliyah to the doctor. We spoke to Georgia poison control officials who told 11 Alive that if an 18-month-old took 3 sips of alcohol, as stated in the medical paperwork, that would be the equivalent of less than 3 tablespoons. And for a baby weighing only 23 pounds, the blood alcohol level could have been 0.065, just shy of what the legal limit is for an adult at 0.08.
I'm just lucky that my daughter did not consume the whole cup, because she probably would not be here right now.
Unfortunately, Aaliyah is doing just fine.
All right, parents, this is an important story for you to hear as we head into the summer months. A family in Texas says that their 4-year-old son died from dry drowning. Dry drowning is when your lungs fill up with fluid and your body is unable to extract oxygen from the air. The Texas family says that their son Francisco went swimming, and the next day he started complaining about stomach issues, his shoulders hurting, he had diarrhea, and that's when his mother says he stopped breathing and was rushed to the hospital, but there was nothing doctors could do. Now, Francisco's parents have a message for other parents who may find themselves in the same situation.
If somebody's throwing up, he has diarrhea, take him to the doctor. Tell him, find out what's really wrong with him, because I didn't know what was wrong with my boy. I thought it was just normal.
And one doctor says children can die from drowning hours after the contact with water, sometimes without showing symptoms at first.
Well, it's a story that has a lot of people talking on social media. A tablet retrieved from the casket of an 8-year-old who took his own life more than 4 months ago. Prosecutors have reopened Gabe Tay's case, and his family says they allowed the grave to be exhumed in hopes that forensic examination would shed more light on what happened. Gabe had been buried with his tablet because, quote, his mother wanted to make sure he had something to play with in heaven. Days after his death, claims of bullying started to surface surrounding the 3rd grader. Last month, his school released surveillance video recorded just 2 days before his death. A Cincinnati police detective says it appears another student knocked him out. The school says Gabe told the nurse he fainted. All right, let's check in now with Dave for your First Alert forecast.
And let's start out on a much brighter note out there. It's the weather we have coming up here for today. You can see calm conditions. That's a live look from our Carrie Hilliard Southside Skycam. And we have clear skies across the region right now. Temperatures will be the story this morning because it's a little cool outside. We have temps beginning in the low 60s here in Savannah with a calm wind. Now, these temperatures will start out in the low 60s for most of us, but quickly warm up. 72 by 9 a.m. We're back in the mid to upper 80s through that 3 to 4 o'clock hour. And that's actually a few degrees below the average for this time of the year. One thing we're not going to see anymore, rain. There's your rain chances, 0% throughout the day. We will see a lot of sunshine in the forecast as we go hour by hour, showing you if you're heading out for lunch, looks good. That 2 o'clock hour looks to be just fine, and maybe just a few late day clouds for some of the inland areas, but nobody sees any rain showers in here today. So enjoy your Friday. Looks like we'll start out the weekend with some very calm conditions, and temperatures again for the most part in the low 60s, although 57 over in Jessup, and even Swainsboro has dropped down to 59 degrees. So again, kind of a cooler start out there. Nobody's seeing any rain. There's your live radar showing dry conditions all across our area and keeping it pretty clear unless you head down to southern areas of Florida. That's where we pick up some showers down there, but we don't expect to see any of that precipitation for our area. Clear, mild tonight with high pressure. Look at that Saturday. It looks good. Watching a cold front that's going to bring our next rain chances in here as we head on through overnight Sunday and into next week. Temperatures will be warming up, upper 80s to lower 90s.
All right, time now to take a look at our Jamie Casino traffic tracker. He's traveling on Highway 170. He's heading east, and you can see he's going around that roundabout there in South Carolina. And everything is looking good out on the roads, nice and quiet today. Let's jump over to our map just southwest of Savannah, and you can see that we are still in the green across the entire board here. If you are traveling up 17 or 95 to get into Savannah, you're not going to have any trouble at this time.
Well, Wonder Woman is the world's